most definitely. I mean, I respect the fact that the conversation has been extended because there's so much that that ebbs, from this whole from this situation we find ourselves in, from ICC, from the board, and coming across to the players. Because at this stage, we are in the process of trying to, as Jatin says, sell ice to the Eskimos. Okay? And at this stage, we are interested in presenting cricket as a sport in the United States with the Olympics coming up that people should be gravitating towards. And so the question now becomes, are we analyzing the cricketers as being more athletic in their performance, or are they using that sense, emotional intelligence, or the cricket sense that that we are talking about right now, where, as we said, the game changes on a consistent basis based on the score. And yes, a delay tactic is one of the actions that someone might bring into the situation at that point. If they were way ahead, they would not be looking to delay the game. Okay? And simultaneously, how do we judge the actions and how we analyze it and then in many instances criticize it, is what we are also asking the new audience that we are trying to invite to embrace cricket. That's how we're asking them to judge the game, or to analyze the game, or to criticize the game. And accountability, as was mentioned earlier, is something that they see in all major sports in the United States. Okay? And they see where, when it comes to basketball, football, soccer, that people look at this, at the science of the game, and whether the players themselves, okay, are actually studying the game, not just being a big guy who can swing the bat, and so he's so he classifies himself as a batsman, or the guy who can bowl the ball, spin the ball the best, or the guy can bowl the ball the fastest. Okay? Because everyone out there that you're inviting to participate in cricket, they would like to know that it's not based on physical abilities. Okay? That they all qualify to embrace cricket and to endorse cricket, and if that's the case, to play cricket. Okay? So what are we asking them to accept at this stage when we look at bad reputation from ICC, lawsuits going on in one part of the world, cricket, and every time a team loses a game, we trash them, okay? Whereas before 3 weeks ago, they might have won a game and we were applauding them. I mean, this is all a part of the image of the game of cricket that were presented to these Eskimos, as Jatin says, so we are trying to sell ice cream.
All right, thank you. All right, Donna, let's have your perspective on the India final decision about how they went about with that test. Oops. Are you able to speak?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, Donna.
Yes, so my perspective is that the turnaround came when Pant did that foolish run out. And I think England capitalized on it.
Okay.
And as far as I see, the captain there, Stokes, he was adamant that he was going to win that game. He was, I think he bowled practically for about an hour. I think I knew he did a lot of overs because he was destined that he's going to win that match there. Somehow he had it in him.
All right.
And India just gave up. After that run out, it looked like they lost their way. And it was a very foolish run out to me.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. I don't know. I don't think Mertris has any. Do you have any comments, Mertris? No, I'm not hearing Mertris. Let's.
No.
Okay, no. Let's move on to the Cricket West Indies and the Australia series. And we will take the results first, and then the comments will follow after that. Brother Dale, are you available? I see you. Dale, are you hearing us? I should say that Dale has had some technical issues with his. He's back. All right.
Yes, wait, is that me? Oh my gosh.
What's happened? We're hearing you.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay. As
Yeah.
you know, I'm having a hard way to go today.
Yeah.
Harder than usual.
Yes.
So with the West Indies game, oh boy, what a game. Anyway, that third test match, West Indies, Australia, we'll just take it from their second inning, where
Right.
they were bowled out for 121, with Cameron Green making 42. He was involved in a seventh wicket stand of 30 with his captain Pat Cummins. Alzari Joseph had his best figures in Test cricket, 5 for 27. Shamar Joseph continued his consistent wicket taking spree, 4 for 34. West Indies set 204 to win. As we all know, the infamous 27, second lowest score in the history of Test cricket. 27 all out with Mitchell Stark 6 for 9, Scott Boland 3 for 2. Stark was the player of the match. I'm quite sure that everybody will have a lot to say here. However, I sincerely believe that the impact of franchise cricket is no more evident in West Indies cricket than now. People can say whatever it is they want to say, but that impact and the fact that players are using regional cricket as a springboard to the lucrative franchise cricket, and it's not their fault. It's because of the way everything is set up. So I'm not here saying no one should try to earn money and stuff, but there's a little bit more to be concerned about than that. We see that the distribution from the big money deals that India, Australia, and England receive must be more evenly distributed to give teams like the West Indies and other teams a better chance to have their best players available so that they can compete better. The other thing that is very, very glaring is the wholesale changes to the team. And cricket is a unique sport, as we know, and team is based off individual contributions. But team also means team. There's no I in there. And if you don't build that camaraderie and team spirit, you're not going to get results. So when you chop and change a team by bringing in new captains, new coach, new vice captain, new batting lineup, you're going to get old results. That's what you're going to do. There is no stability there. And I won't even go into the batsmen and what they did and what they didn't do. We have enough experts to do that. But one thing I know is that the foundation for success is not there, and it starts from the top. Cricket, it's a mental game just like any other game. It's not different from any other game. It's mental. And if persons are taught that if you can go and play a franchise game and score 40 runs off 15 deliveries, you're a good batsman, then what do they do when they come to play Test cricket? Where are they learning that hardened battleground? Where are they learning it? Okay, so let them make their millions. But when they fail us and fail us miserably, cry a million tears with the $1 million that they made.
Right.
Thank you, Brother Dale. I think before I open this up, let me read for you the statement from the president of Cricket West Indies, Dr. Kishore Shallow.
I thought you said you're going to go for that last and not.
No, you're not hearing, Leon. Where the statement is where Dr. Shallow says, like every West Indian cricket fan, I felt the pain of our recent test defeat to us, and the result hurt deeply, not only because of how we lost, but because of what West Indies cricket has always represented to our people: pride, identity, and possibility. So there we have Dr. Shallow expressing his disappointment at the loss, and that's the point I wanted to raise from that discussion. He will go on to see how the rest of us take the. I mean, he did go on to say that he was inviting the legends of Laura and Clive Lloyd and others to convene, and that this is not a. It is not a what you call a show offense. This is basically something he hopes to use to get something important out of the performances that the legends can add to the discussion. So let's open it up for a brief discussion before we go a little further into it. And I'm going to start with Michael Chambers, because we haven't heard from him in the first instance, and see whether Mr. Chambers has anything he can add to the West Indies defeat.
Must be muted.
Mr. Chambers, you're muted.
Yes, I'm coming up. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, panelists and listeners. No, I wasn't disappointed in the loss, because I was looking at the fact that if we could bowl down Australia for 120, I was looking for West Indies to be bowled out for 60. So Australia performed. What's the gentleman's name from Florida that usually come on?
Oh, Virgil.
Virgil.
Yes.
Virgil always say we don't give the bowlers enough credit. And I think over the last 3 test matches that we've looked at, the bowlers have been bowling good and the batsmen have been under pressure. So now, it's not the best team that is winning. It's the team that wants to win, who is mentally focused. India, and I said it a couple shows ago, India is in problems. They've lost Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli was their GPS. He could guide them into anything that was happening. So until India finds another Virat or bring him back, they're going to be lost for a while. England is going through the same thing, but they have Stokes, who is resilient, mentally tough, so they will continue winning. Australia, the same thing. West India, they are in problems because starting from the head to the tail, the culture has not learned mindfulness. They are not into the mind game as yet. So until West Indies get into the mind game, they will remain at number 10 in the test series. They will do very good in T20 and the 50 overs. But cricket, test cricket, is here to stay. Because you see, now it's not just West Indies finishing in 4 days. It's the other top teams. So we have some good test cricket to watch going forward. And West Indies, one of these days, will come back.
Thank you, Mr. Chambers. Leon, did you have a
Yes.
comment to add on that?
Like everybody else, I was disappointed about the 27 runs that the West Indies made, and it could have been 25, but we managed to get 2 over the 27, 25, 26. Oh, 1 over the 26, so we're still second. But I just want to draw your minds to on January 30th, 1993, at the Walker Grounds in Perch. Curtis Ambridge unleashed one of the most devastating fast bowling spells in Test history. In just 32 deliveries, he took 7 wickets for 1 run, dismantling Australia batting lineup with surgical precision. Namely, Mark Waugh caught behind Ambrose. David Gore, well set, but was edge to slips. Alan Border, Australian captain, gone first ball. Ian Healy, third duck in a row, caught at the slips. Merv Hughes tried to counter-attack, but gifted a catch. Damon Martin, beaten by sheer pace, edge to second slips. Joe Angel, tail end a poke at the side, at a wide one, caught behind. At one stage, Australia was 85 for 2 and were dismissed for 119. I'm saying this to say that Australia had their struggles under us too. And 27 may look bad. It really hurt us for us to be dismissed in that manner. But Brad Pitt must be rejoicing and say, why do you drop me? I could have stayed for the number of balls there and maybe not scoring runs. The players must be held responsible for their performance. It's not Sammy alone. They should get the blame. It is a tendency for people to give the president credit for win, and they're not playing, they're not on the field. They're not on the field. Everybody should take the blame. And don't give Sammy about you're going to drop Sammy, move Sammy. I disagree. Sammy should have gone to have some practice matches on the light for the first time. I don't think that was done. At least I didn't hear that they went to have any practice on the light with a new juke ball, new pink juke ball at Jamaica. And no cricket was played there. I don't know if that was done. But I'm saying that all of us have to take blame.
Thank you, Leon. Donna, let's hear your thoughts on the West Indies 27.
Yes, good evening again. I would have said last week on the show that our bowlers are doing their job. And didn't I say here on this forum that I would have sat all the batters? I think I did say that.
Yes.
So I don't know if anybody would agree with me now that the whole batting lineup was awful. And when I went out and came back at the match and I saw 11 for 6, they got to 27 pretty fast because I was thinking that they're not going to reach 20 after being 11 for 6. So to me, they got definitely far because 11 for 6, when I caught up with the game, was abysmal, if that's the word I want to use. I don't know who to blame. I notice everybody is blaming the management team, the coach. Nobody is saying anything about the players. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that, I don't know. But the players need to take some blame as well because they are the ones in the wicket batting. And they're the ones who have to put on some kind of mental toughness. And they said they are professional batters. They should act like some. But some of the shots that I saw in the replay, they're not selecting their shots properly. And that's my take.
All right, thank you. Ivor, your comment on the 27?
Yes, 27. Route 27. Avoid taking that route, gentlemen. It's a dangerous route, Route 27. Well, what I'm saying, 8 zeros is on the board. Sammy is included. Last week we had the great Logie on here, and he has performed as a leader, a captain, and as a coach. And he said boldly, he has never seen a coach receive player of the match.
Exactly.
He said it last week before the 27 was made. We cannot blame no coach. And you know how I feel at the level of Test cricket, not just Test cricket, coaching at the international 11. Coaches have their place. It has to be at the grassroots of cricket coming on up for those teenagers. You cannot tell Chris Gale how to bat when you're ready in Test cricket. You couldn't tell Viv Rich you do not sit across the line because he perfect that. These guys played some wonderful forward defensive shots, but yet still the balls are hitting top of off. Those came from the coach's manual. Those strokes, don't say they play some awful strokes. They play some wonderful forward defensive strokes. Look at Warrington, beautiful. Look at the picture, and you would think that he really covered that ball. Like Andy Roberts said, their right foot would have been anchored, did not move. As a matter of fact, anchored in cement. Can't move, but they look pretty. Do not blame any coach. I'm saying that again here on this show that is listened worldwide. When any team wins, do not give no coach no accolades for the winning. Same thing. When they lose, do not blame them. Give the cricketers whatever you have to give them. Coaching has its place, but let them know their place is in the back, not in the front. That is our problem.
All right. Well, appreciate those comments from you, Ivor. Professor, any comments on the 27?
Most definitely. Yes, I am disappointed by the score, but I am not going to let the score dictate or determine my response to the game. As a sports enthusiast, I watch sports across all platforms. And I've seen teams get blown out that before were dominant. I've seen golfers who, shoots a 93 that were supposed to be par. I have seen basketball players have bad nights where they're the best three-point shooter and they go for 0 for 15 in a game. I've seen all of this across the board where sports is concerned. That sports is not a one-game thing, okay? Because the players that we are looking at who made only 27, they know how to make the shots because they have done it before. So the question is, how prepared were they for the game? And we both know that no matter what you're involved in, what profession, you can be an expert, but if you're not mentally prepared for a session, it's not going to go down well. So what happened the day before the game? What happened 2 days before the game? How many sessions, coaching sessions were addressed or put in place? How prepared were the players? Because they can go tomorrow and score 1,000 runs and everybody said they woke up from the criticism. Okay? But what happened? Why the entire team were not mentally, as Mike says, mental toughness and has been drawn out. What happened where they did such a good job in defending and limiting Australia, okay, to under 150 runs? They perform well in their defensive mode. So what happened where when they went on offense, the entire team was not prepared when they took the pitch? What happened? Because that is the analytical question that has to be solved. Okay? That's the question that needs to be answered. Otherwise, they're going to go, they might go there the same way and give you 26 the next time. What happened and how do we solve the problem? Solutions here. Not so much criticism, solutions, because you might end up with the same players on the field. What do you do now so that they do not repeat? Okay, repeat the same thing that happened the game before.
All right. Thank you, Professor. And Hyacinth, were you able to hear any other reaction from West Indians in London about how they felt about this defeat?
Not really. No, I didn't.
You didn't hear any of the fighting in the London crowd. I'm sure they'd be disappointed.
Yeah,
Chris,
yeah.
thank you.
Dennis, I'd like to make an additional comment.
1 second, Leon. Murtris, do you have a comment on the West Indies performance? Murtris is not with us.
With you guys, but I am not with you guys.
Yes. Any comment on the West Indian
The West
performance?
Indies. And I don't know what else to do and say.
All right. Thank you. All right, Leon, you said you had an
Yeah,
additional-
I just want to support Shallow. I didn't agree with the statement he made. At least wait.
Leon, before you do that, let me read Shallow's statement and then we can go into that aspect.
No. Well, before you go that, I'm just gonna say this. Shallow, the West Indies Cricket Board was in deficit. Shallow now has it. At the end of the 2023-24, it's $20 million in surplus. When he came in, he met it in deficit. And that's his job. That's going to leave it at this.
All right, thank you, Leon, throwing some positives there about the Cricket West Indies president. But before we do that, let me just read to you a part of a comment. It came from Sportsmax TV, Sheridan Cohen, who wrote, "Shallow slams insular criticism of Sammy after Windies series defeat." Now, here's the comment. Shallow says, and this, despite the West Indies' humiliating 3-0 Test series sweep at the hands of Australia, Cricket West Indies President Dr. Kishore Shallow stood firmly behind new head coach Darren Sammy, even as called mount for his removal following the team's dismal showing with the bat and a historic 27 all-out in the final test at Sabina Park. Shallow spoke passionately on the Mason and Guest show as he dismissed the criticism directed at Sammy as not only premature, but rooted in long-standing regional biases, particularly because the coach hails from the smaller island of St. Lucia. Now, I won't read the rest of that comment because it's much of the same. But what I would do, I'm going to ask Brother Dale to give us his input and his take on that comment, which is something I certainly do not subscribe to, the statement that Sammy is being criticized because he's from a smaller island. I think like all teams, if we look at soccer, if the players fail on the team, the coaches will always get the blame. And this is where I'm coming from. So I do not blame Sammy because he's from a small island, but I might blame him because he is the coach. Brother Dale, let's hear what your comments are on the president's remarks.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Dennis. Am I being heard?
Yes, you are. We are hearing you. Yes, carry on.
Okay. I'm stalling a little bit for time. So just bear with me for a minute, please.
All right.
Okay. And I'm right here. I am absolutely right here. Now, first and foremost, we take the emotion out of everything. And we have to be honest. And I won't say brutally honest, but we just simply have to be honest. Who determines fair and unfair, as per Dr. Shallow? And I will answer him and say it is the voice of the people. Dr. Shallow's recent comments come across as defensive. Said with the intent to divide the emotions of West Indians. By suggesting that criticism of Sammy's leadership as a coach is rooted in insularity because he's St. Lucian, Dr. Shallow is not only deflecting legitimate questions, but also planting a dangerous seed that any scrutiny of leaders from the Eastern Caribbean might be dismissed as biased or prejudiced. This approach by Dr. Shallow is troubling. It implies that holding a leader accountable could be mistaken for regional discrimination, and that our people is unfair and misleading. West Indies cricket belongs to all of us, and leaders, regardless of their nationality, must be open to constructive criticism. When you turning honest concerns into a debate about island loyalty, all that does is weaken the unity that West Indies cricket desperately needs. True fairness lies in transparency, merit, and accountability. And the people, the West Indian people, have every right to demand it. Does Dr. Shallow truly understand the pain felt by West Indians when our cricket team fails, not just to win, but to be even competitive? Cricket in the Caribbean is not just a sport. It is a symbol of our resistance, our unity, and our fight for dignity. For generations, West Indies cricket has carried the weight of our history, a history that is marked by the scars of slavery, colonialism, and systemic exclusion. Our great teams of the past didn't just beat opponents, they defeated the remnants of the plantocracy and the underestimation of Black excellence. When our team steps onto the field, they carry the dreams and struggles of a people who have fought for equality and identity. That's why we ask hard questions. That's why we demand more. That's why deflecting those concerns as insularity is not only dismissive, it is dangerous. We need leaders who truly understand and respect the voices, the values, and the lived experiences of the West Indian people. From the voices of Sir Larry Constantine to CLR James, to the eminence and magnificence of Sir Frank Worrell, the Black West Indian found not just equality on the cricket field, but the right to lead both on the pitch and in the boardroom. These men embodied the hopes and dreams of a people who longed not merely just to participate in a game, but to shape and define their own destiny. Together with George Headley, the first great West Indian batsman to gain global recognition, they shattered the myth of inferiority and affirmed our intelligence, discipline, and ability to lead with honor. We start with Sir Frank Worrell, Sir Clive Lloyd, and Sir Vivian Richards. They stand as living proof that West Indians could command respect with their leadership and inspire unity at the highest level of the sport. And then there is Sir Garfield Sobers, the very embodiment of cricketing genius, the perfect expression of the complete cricketer. This is a new day. It is primarily through the accomplishment of these great men that we have lived to see the dawn of a new day, a day when the power to shape our destiny finally rests in our hands, in the hands of the people. We now have our own people running our own cricket board, But sadly, this hard-won power and the right to decide our own destiny, Dr. Shallow has now chosen words, not just words, but words spoken with an attitude that is reminiscent of the dismissive responses of the plantocracy when they wielded absolute power. An attitude that is contrary to promoting unity among our people. These words of Dr. Shallow, said with his attitude, should never be echoed from within our own house. Fair or unfair, up to you to decide.
Are you speaking, Dale, or have we lost you?
No, fair or unfair, that's for you to decide, and I leave it. Dr. Shallow should not be dismissing anyone's concerns, regardless of how it is posed. You have given absolute power to one man to select the team. Only in the NFL and the NBA and Major League Baseball, you see coaches being superstars ahead of their players. We have now introduced that into our Caribbean culture. And of such, I've never seen a team fire 52 people, 26 people, or 10 people from their roster all at once. Usually it is the coach that goes. And if CARICOM had anything to do and say about it, they would take over the governance of cricket, because cricket can only be played in the Caribbean islands and they run the islands. And these gentlemen must be held accountable, where you must explain why it is you make certain decisions. And when questions are asked of you, you answer them, because you're a servant of the people to the people, not the other way around. Thank you, Sir Dennis.
All right, thank you very much for that contribution, Brother Dale. It echoes sentiments that I know many of us listeners can actually subscribe to. And because Virgil has just joined us, let's see if he's willing to give us his perception on what he's just heard from Brother Dale. Virgil?
Yeah, good afternoon to all the panelists and good afternoon to all the listeners. I'm on the road actually driving.
Okay.
I could not hear him much, but I think he was talking about probably something with the coach. What I don't understand,
Yes.
everybody always blame the coach.
All right.
I think a couple of years ago, I told some people that if
We're hearing you.
yeah, sorry about that. I just passed a cop on the road. I had to slow down. Yeah, no, I told you guys on the show, even though we fire all the coach and it happened, the coach, everybody had changed and the players then still remain the same. We keep on blaming the coach. The coach is not the one going out there bowling the ball. The coach is not the one going out there and batting the ball. These players have to take responsibility for their action. Yes, we can blame the coach a lot who they picked, because when they had picked Cornwall, somehow one of the coach or one of whoever it is decided he's not fit to be in the team. The only reason why he said that, because he's heavy and he's big and he's fat. Nobody was concerned about the potential of him getting wicket and making runs. Now the coach picked the players that have all the fitness that they want, the one that can pass all the yo-yo tests. We're still having the same problem, losing. Players need to take responsibility for their action. Also the coach, but even, as I said, if you fire all this coach, you can get rid of them, all of them right now, get new coach inside there. That is not going to change the players' mentality, how they go about their game. So might as well you fire the coach, you fire all the players in them. Get new coach and get new players. That's maybe a possibility we can do a lot better, but we can't put all the blame on the coach.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Virgil. I wonder if Coach Patel has anything he'd want to add to the discussion.
Sir Dennis,
Yes, Leo.
I'm sorry, Sir Dennis, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Just to reiterate to everyone,
Yes.
The commentary is a response to what Dr. Shallow said.
Right.
So if you could just make it plain that that is what it is. If they didn't hear properly and if they needed something read over, I would be more than happy to do it.
Yes, I think
But
the question.
We don't have the time. I would like to come in and talk and rebut.
Yeah.
So when my turn, give me a chance, please, before we head on to West Indies, Australia.
Okay. Go ahead.
My time?
Yeah, go ahead. And remember,
Okay, I want to thank Brother Dale for what he said.
Yes.
But I'm not going to agree with 95% of the thing that he said for what I've said before. We are blaming coaches. Cricket at that level does not need any coach, so no need to blame anybody. I'm going to say it again. When you have a coach in basketball and the game starts, the coach is the one who is bringing in, taking out, drawing up plans. You need a coach for that because the captain of the team in the basketball, he don't have nothing to do in drawing up anything. So the coach is responsible for the win-loss. He's the one. You're my starting five. You come out now. You go on the bench. You this, you that. In cricket, once that coin has been tossed, a coach has nothing to do on the field of play. And let's get to what Brother Dale talked about. And I'm going to disagree with him. And I'm going to agree with what was said by Shallow. I'm not going to agree with who said it because he is held at a higher standard. What he said there, in my opinion, it is true. But coming from the president, who is held at a higher standard, and I'm going to tell you why I say that. Darwin Sammy was the captain of West Indies team from 2010. And he got more licks than a bad dog on the street getting stoned. Who was the coach? Otis Gibson. Who got blamed? The only blame Gibson got was from the senior cricketers in the team. Maybe because he was from Barbados. It's only Mr. Gale them telling Mr. Gibson how much matches he played. They disrespected him. Not the general public, but we were losing. Our coaches, while we were losing, did you hear any kind of Mr. Kohli getting all kind of blame? Andrew Kohli? We were losing. Darwin Sammy, I can say it now. Let me say it. Mr. Shallow should have told me to say it because you're held at a higher standard. And he said it's wrong. Darwin Sammy getting this blame because he's from the smaller islands. I'm saying it. That is the only reason Andrew Kohli was losing and he didn't get no beat up like that. Otis Gibson got things. Phil Simmons got beaten up. Phil Simmons even forward himself with Curtly Ambrose. But he wants technical coaches, technical this. He had all the say. So when we say Sammy has so much say, how can Mr. Simmons tell the board, we don't want Sir Curtly Ambrose, who was there with his bowlers on the field of play, showing his worth his salt. Because I am on the field with you. I cannot come on the field of play. Curtly Ambrose walk around, talk to his bowlers. He said, no, I don't need that. I need a technical guy with books and tell you how to do things on the book. Sammy is getting blame from the public, like you say, the voice of the people, because he is from the smaller islands. And I'm saying it with emphasis.
Okay.
Because we had other coaches and they did not get this kind of beat up. And we were losing since 1995. So Sammy can't get it both ways. He got it as a captain, although he won 2 World Cup events. Darwin Sammy, one more thing. Remember Darwin Sammy couldn't be in the same team with Bravo? He's from a smaller island. So who had to go? They want Darwin Sammy to go. Oh, but Darwin Sammy only got captain because the president at that time was from St. Lucia. Darwin Sammy couldn't make the team. But as captain, he got beaten up. Now as coach, he's not on the field of play, still getting beaten up. The man is getting it because he's from the smaller island. It is wrong. Dr. Shallow should have told me to say it. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivor, for your comment there. And Let me see who we have. Coach Patel, do you have any contributions you want to add to in particular, the comment that was raised about insularity or even the coaching part of it?
I do not agree to blame the players, as always. They are there to perform how they prepared. They have to work on the field based on the game plan. Who provides the game plan?
Coach.
Coming from the coach, administration, selectors, and all those. So blame side, I did not blame on anybody. Let's say in this situation in West Indies, it's an overall failure. Let's say this way, top to bottom, whatever it is. And the best way to move forward is one step is there. I see that. You invited legend. Previously, you had reviewed something. Can we implement something based on those wise people, expert and experience, telling you to do something and put in place? The biggest disappointment when we say coach not needed. Being coach all my life, so I will say tomorrow, why we need teachers? School is there, blackboard is there, class is there, books are there, right? Why need professors in college? Syllabus is there, curriculum is there, books there. You can read as much as you want on Google. Google can be your best coach. Come on. Coach's job is to help administrators, management, selectors, players. Their job is help. Coaches does not dictate win or lose, but they do guide the players to do. And not need to be disagreement here. If you look at overall in any sport, when the team fails, who get the fire first? Coach. We living in US. Look at the professional sports, NBA. Very recently, Pacer had a good run, right? Up to the NBA finals. Every round they played, the beaten team has fired the coach, 4 of them, not just one. Now, someone tell me here, you blame the players and you don't need coach?
That is football, man. I need to cut in here. That's football and basketball. Cricket don't need no coach once the coin is tossed.
All right, Ivor, thank you.
Talking cricket.
Yes, Ivor. Yeah, appreciate your comments.
The second thing I heard at some point about the money involved. And yes, this is the outcry for last 20 years, I think. Since 2006, we are talking this thing, equal distribution about ICC's money all over the world. Can we talk on the other side? What we are pitching into the ICC to get back? I think India is really stupid. Paying 88% and get 39%. Stupidest business I have ever seen. Why won't you give 88 and get 39 back? Just to be in system? I mean, people need to talk nicely here. The best thing to do, just like these football world runs, NFL, NBA, and all these world runs, pay to performance. Money doesn't change performance. Money only incite or give you some inspiration, motivation, or some expectation like I can do better so I can get more money. And that is this T20 franchise money is. Will you go out tomorrow and say each and everyone playing in T20 is supposed to pay equal amount of money? Then what's the value between Virat Kohli and myself if I'm in draft? Come on, guys. The sport is now turning into a professional business. Money speaks and everything relies on it. So to gain the money, just like we work, right? We all work. We are all not making equal money. We have different roles, different jobs. We cannot argue with it. Doctors make different money. Lawyers make different money. Come on. Get to that level before you ask for the money.
Listen, thank you, Coach, for your insights, input. You know, time is really getting away from us for this valuable discussion. We know the T20 match is about to commence in about 15 minutes time, and we have lots of other things we wanted to put to the audience and to our panelists, especially the T20 squad and the players. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll get the opportunity to go into that if we want to leave and catch the match. And I know we maybe have been disappointed with the results of the test match, but we are still fans, cricketers, lovers of the game. So we will definitely want to be able to support our team, the West Indies, in the T20. But before we call this a night,
Can I give an update? Can I give an update, Dennis, if you want?
Please do, go ahead.
Okay, Australia won the toss and decided to field first.
Okay.
We have Brandon King, Shea Hope captain, Watson Chase, Hetmeyer. We have Wasman Powell, Stephen Weatherford, Andrew Russell, Jason Holder, Gurkish Moti, Akil Hussain, and Alzawi Joseph. That's the 11.
Thank you. Thank you for that update. I appreciate it very much. Now, we know Cricket West Indies have actually issued a salute to Andre Russell as he says farewell to international cricket. So thanks to CWI thanks two-time World Cup champions Andre Russell for his contribution to the game as he gets set to play his final international matches at home soil at Sabina Park on July 20 and 22. His inclusion in the squad is based on performance merit as he remains one of the most impactful T20 players in world cricket. And he will be included apparently in the two T20 matches being played in Jamaica tonight and on the 22nd. So we say farewell to Andre Russell. Thank you for your contribution from Cricket West Indies and of course from those fans who have enjoyed and profited and enjoy the contributions he has made. At this time, we won't have time to go much further because we want to call it a halt. Unfortunately, we won't get to finish our regular programming, but I can assure you we will try to pick it up next week from where we're leaving off tonight. So with 15 minutes or so to go, 10 minutes more maybe to go before the start of the match, it is time for us to say goodbye for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the show. We look forward to having you back with us next Sunday. Thank you to 2020 Vision Radio. Thank you to Caribbean Global Voices. And we also want to thank Professor SosoBone and the media, SosoFat Media Network. Thanks to all the panelists and of course the final straw was, of course, world cricket legend. I must tell you this before we go. World Championship of Legends being taken place in England right now between all the legends of the various teams. But the important thing was that the West Indies legend drew a match with South Africa. The match was tied and it was being decided by bowling at the stumps. And we had 5 bowlers bowl 1 ball each to see how many wickets they can claim with no batters, just hitting at the stumps. And we had 5 of our West Indian legends were unable to hit a stump with no batter in front of the wicket. And I would say this, let that be something for us to chew on for the rest of the week until we meet again next week.
I can update one more thing on WCL. India will not play Pakistan, period.
All right.
So the schedule shake-up is coming because I think the team tournament organizer has to scratch head because the India had made the stand. They will not play Pakistan at any level in tournament, period.
Any reason for that?
Yep. Well, that would be they won't go to Pakistan, you mean, but they'll play them.
Yeah, they can win championship. That's fine.
But they can play them in other territories, yes?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, panelists, viewers, listeners, we thank you all for your support. Thank you for being here. We do invite you to come back and join us next Sunday for another version of the cricket show.